In this video example, I'm going to show you how to work with lives in GameMaker Studio, and the premise will be that we'll have a character that will have 3 lives, and when he collides with an enemy, he will lose a life, and then if he loses all of his lives, we'll explore what to do, based on the game being over at that point. So I'm going to name this project Lives and create. And now I'm going to create 2 sprites. I'll create a sprite for my main character. And I've been going back into the old GameMaker 8 sprites folders just because I'm familiar with the sprites in there. There are some sprites in the GameMaker Studio area, but they're mostly tied in with tutorials. You could also download a number of resource packs from the Yo-Yo Games site to use additional sprites or from the internet. So I'm going to go into this maze platform, and I am going to choose this nifty, where is he? One of the NPCs. I'll just use him. He's going to be my main character. Okay. I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to choose a sprite for my enemy. And we will load a, let's see, oh, there we go, the ghost. And we'll click OK. Now I need to make an object out of each of these. So I'm going to create an object for obj main. Oops. And I'm going to let that be the main character, and I'll program him in a minute. And then obj enemy. And give him that sprite. Okay. And now, before we go further, I'm actually going to just create my room with the objects in it. And under settings, I'm just going to call this RM level 1. And I will go to objects and add, let's say, I'll add 3 or 4 ghosts, and I'll add my main guy. Okay? And now I've got to program it so it does what it needs to do. So my main character, I'll real simply program it to move. So for this example, I'm just going to use keyboard left, move left at a speed of 4. I can duplicate this and go for keyboard right, duplicate it again, keyboard up, duplicate it again, keyboard down. Of course, I have to change this because this one's going, they're all set to go left. So for up, I'm going to get rid of left and change it to move up. For right, oops, and for down. Now, I also don't like when my player just keeps moving even when I'm not pressing a key. So I always like to add the keyboard no key and have him stop. Okay? So right now I have my player moving. The enemy I will also have moving. I'll have him move when he's created. We'll have the enemies moving, how about in any one of these directions at a speed of 4. Or actually, you know what, I'll just let them move any direction. Okay? And I'm going to also say that when the enemies are outside the room, they should wrap the screen both horizontally and vertically, so both directions. So right now, this is what I have. Okay, so they're going all over the place. It's pretty easy in a sense because they're not very smart ghosts, but we'll not care about that for the moment. So now I'm going to, for my main character, when the game starts, I'm going to set the lives to be, let's say, 3. And I'm going to also, this score caption is good to bring in here because by default it shows the score but it doesn't show lives and it doesn't show health. So in this example, I'm not even really using score, I'm just using lives. So I'm going to show lives with the caption lives. Okay, now when my player collides with the enemy, we need to lose 1 life. So that's going to be -1, and it needs to be relative because we want to keep going down by 1. And this is where we always want to check if we're down to 0, because the only time our lives would ever be 0 are at a time where we just lost 1 health. So I'm going to check here, test lives. If lives equals 0, then, and these indicate the then, the blocks here. If lives are 0, then I'm going to do a couple of things actually. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to say, game over. Do you want to try again? Okay, that gives us a choice because this is another test. So I'm going to throw in another block here. And if they answer yes to that question, then I want to restart the game. If they answer no to that question, we want to end the game. So it's really as simple as that for that, if we're just isolating that skill here. So I don't see, oh, we have a few issues, but one thing interesting is that I don't see the score caption. Show lives, lives. All right, we're going to try that again. The one thing that I didn't account for also is that when I collide with an enemy, once I lose a life, I should either maybe jump to start or at least eliminate the enemy that I just, died by. So I'm going to destroy the instance. If I'm going to lose a life, so is he. And I'll make that other. And I'll also, yeah, that should be good for now. So let's see. Okay, I just lost 1 life. 2 lives. 3. And then it asks me, game over, do you want to try again? I could say no or yes. So here I'll say no, and it quits out of the game. There you have it.